Oh, yeah, great tunes, Hey, everybody, how are you doing tonight? It's me, your favorite Merlo of all time, Steve Merlo, of Merlo's Movie Massacre, episode number 30, live, coming to you from my bedroom, where the magic happens, right? How's everybody doing tonight? See, we got quite a few people in the chat already. Really good to see you guys. This is going to be kind of a casual night there, guys. Nothing too interesting to talk about, but we can just kind of talk about whatever. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Kristen Spencer already have a horror question. Okay, well, get ready to ask it. I'll see if I can answer, or maybe somebody else in the chat can't. You never know. Jimmy Presley, hey Jimmy, how you doing, man? You are awesome. Susie Lopez, we got Susie again in the chat. Awesome. Miss Carter, thank you for tuning in again, Miss Carter. And Bobby, hi, hey gang. It's awesome. There's definitely some people in here we're going to talk about, actually, because it's a great day for the Sawyer Massacre Indiegogo campaign, guys. Today we crossed the plateau of 10K US raise. I can't believe we did that. I just really can't. And I say we because as much of this was me, but I couldn't have done it if I didn't have an amazing team. And I'm going to give shout outs throughout the night regarding my team, because I couldn't have done this without my team, and I wish that I had met some of these awesome people like Jimmy Presley, like Bobby High, who are both in the chat right now, sooner, because I believe we would have funded this whole thing, which we still can. We still have a few days left. I think it's 4 or 5 days left. Friday, I believe, is our last day, which will be the last freebie Fridays, everybody. We might add some extra cool stuff on this Friday, just so you know. But yes, that'll be our last day. I'm not sure if it even goes all day on Friday. It might be finished at like noon or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that. I'm just not 100% sure. But thank you guys all for tuning into the chat. Please do make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, or the dislike button if you're a troll. Who knows? I haven't seen any trolls yet today. Maybe YouTube kind of filtered that. I think it was just one troll, you know? I think it's just one troll that had many fake accounts. But whatever. I don't see any trolls yet. At least not that I can tell. Bobby, hi. Your your picture looks like a troll one. Just to be. I know you're not a troll. I know who you are, sir. So, and you've been incredibly supportive to our campaign. So, anyways, I got to do my shout outs here. Christian, did you have your question? I think I see it here. Would you do a Psycho? Would you do a Psycho, like a fan film movie, but have a TCM vibe to it? I see. In black and white? Ooh, that's tough. You know what? I mean, my short film Unseen has been told it kind of has a Psycho vibe, but I mean, it was mostly inspired by Black Christmas and Halloween. And and it's more or less black and white. It was never really meant to be black and white, but the editor and slash color artist just really was digging this sort of darker tone and it's about 90% black and white. There's a little bit of color in there, but he took the saturation down so much that there's very little color actually in it, and most people will say that's a black and white film, even though there is just a smidgen of color in it. But yeah, it's kind of the closest you'll probably get, and I do plan on making a full feature-length version of that. That's probably going to be my next project after the Sawyer Massacre. So we'll see. I hope so, anyways, because I really want to do that feature. I know that story needs a feature-length movie. Carlos from the Lazy Reviewer is in as well. Good to have you guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I got shout-outs to do, of course. I always do my shout-outs. If you're an artist and you want me to give you a shout-out, just let me know. Because that's the kind of thing I do for fellow artists. That's, I always support fellow artists as long as I like your work. If I don't like your work, then too bad. Maybe I'd still give you a shout-out anyways. But yeah, maybe. I don't know. But if you are new to the channel, you may not have seen Michelle from Breathless Beauties work. She does these awesome horror themed custom dolls that she does herself. Pretty awesome. She can pretty much do anything you want. And there she is in the chat right now. Hey, Michelle. Perfect timing. There you go. Bobby High says Norman Bates meets Bubba. I like that. So yeah, there's Michelle's work. Some of her other. There's The Crow. Did Chris Snyder ever contact you, Michelle, about The Crow? Because he loves The Crow. It's his favorite film of all time. But you never know. I don't know. Hey, there's Drayton Sawyer. You're a little late today there, buddy. Jared. But I'm glad you're here. And of course, Leatherface. I love me some Leatherface. And another shout out to our other Michelle from Miss 44. She just does this awesome, I would call it horror-themed / abstract artwork. She loves these cows, I think. I think that's her thing. I think it's her thing. I'd have to get her to tell us for sure, but I dig it. I definitely dig it. But even she has a Leatherface one in there as well. I think it's cool. Yes, I just shout out to both of those. Their links are in the description. Michelle A from Breathless Beauties has got both a Facebook page and Instagram page, and she answers her DMs all the time. So if you want to order a custom horror-themed doll, she'll do it for you. And Michelle Blasky from Miss 44, I think she just has the Facebook page right now. We'll have to ask her again if she has a website or anything as well, but I think it's just a Facebook page at this time, but the links are in the description. Definitely send them a message if you want some cool artwork or if you want a horror-themed doll. Yeah. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I really, really, really appreciate it. And we'll talk here, guys. We'll talk. You guys are all chatting. Anyone new in the chat? Behind the Fiends. Howdy, everyone. Hey, thank you for joining. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't yet. So I'm not sure if you're new here or not. Or maybe you're here last week. My mind is very much a blur there, guys. I feel like I know Behind the Fiends, but maybe not. If you are new here, just make sure you do that. Or if you're a troll, you can hit the dislike button. Up to you. Either way. Yeah. I think YouTube kind of weeded out the trolls. Or just troll. I don't know for sure. I think it was just one troll. I could be wrong. But I'm missing them already. It was about halfway through last show that the trolls just kind of disappeared. So I have a feeling that that YouTube just kind of weeded them out and got rid of them. I think. I could be wrong. Do we have somebody else new in the chat? Eddie Halloween. I think you're new to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. And Dale Collins, I think you're new to the channel as well. Your favorite horror film? Are you asking me my favorite horror film? Because that shouldn't even be a question, especially if you've watched this channel for a while. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, of course, it's my favorite. Black Christmas it's fairly close second, but TCM, baby, all the way. Hey, there's Michelle joining in now. We just gave you a shout out. Michelle, you only have the Facebook page for Miss 44, right? If you have a website or anything else, let people know. But she's very reachable on Instagram. I think you're pretty reachable on Facebook too. But there you go. Lots of new people joining. Please, everybody, all the new people that have joined, Behind the Fiends. John. Okay, did the podcast. Oh, thank you. I didn't put that together. Thank you, John, very much. John gave me a shout out on his podcast last night. You also got one of our screen used aprons, which sold out today, by the way, everybody. The screen used aprons are gone now. So congratulations to all those who picked one up. And who else did I see that was new? I see somebody was new. Who did I see that? Hey, there's Patrick Lescarbo. Patrick Lescarbo is playing Henry in our film. Henry, is this still live? Yes, it is, Patrick. We just started. And Siren Quicksand, I think these are all new people. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. That's all I can say. You guys are sick of me saying that already, but you know what? It helps the channel. It does help the channel grow. And the channel has grown quite considerably since launching this campaign. As I recall, when we did our first campaign, the channel grew by 140 subscribers in that 60-day time frame. I believe our channel has now grown about 220 since this campaign started. So that's not even 60 days, and it's been huge. It's been massive for I guess I'm doing something right. Got to keep doing it. Yes, Patrick, we know that now. And John from Doomsday Kingdom Army is in as well. Michelle says, thanks, need to make another site, but we'll send that along when I have it for Miss 44. Okay, perfect. Did I miss anything else in the chat? This is mostly going to be about chatting with you guys tonight. We'll talk about some stuff here and there. Nothing really interesting in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre new film that's coming out. I've heard a few people say they're more excited for our film now from after the Bloody Disgusting article. Mind you, we got some hate from the Bloody Disgusting people as well. Some not from them themselves, but people who read it. It's just it's typical. Sites like Bloody Disgusting definitely have their share of trolls. I'll tell you that. I thought I missed something here. Great and sorry. I'm glad Bloody Disgusting finally shared your Indiegogo. Yes, I am too. And I think it was somebody from our team that may have convinced them. There was a connection there. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what happened, because I emailed a lot and never got a response. Never, ever got a response. So I think our connection, we had a connection that came through, and thank God it did, because that day that it dropped, we gained, I think we went up about close to 2K in the campaign, US, 2K US, that day. So it was huge. We had something like 20 backers in that one day, more than 20 backers, I think. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, oh my God, it's exploding. The next day, it was like we had 4 backers, But then Sunday, yesterday, is like we have another 15 or so. So it's been kind of up and down. Today is a little bit slower, but we had one bigger-ish backer, so bigger amount. So that put us over the 10K mark. So we got to thank that backer. And I believe we're only 15 backers shy of 200. So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty cool to hit 200 backers. I think we'll do something special for that if we hit it. I think we will. We're only 15 backers shy of 200 right now, so that's not that far away. So we'll do a special little promo for that for sure. Anybody saying anything? Patrick Lascarbo says we're so close to that goal. I know we're so close to that goal. We just got to get a little push, but we only got a few days left. So Patrick, talk to all your film people. Actually, you know what, Patrick, since you're in here, I forgot to message you this. The casting director I work with here in Canada, not the one I worked with in Austin, but the one I work with here in Canada suggested that actors like you and Michael Vincent Barry that have agents, I think you have an agent anyways, promote the campaign as well if they can, because it's big for, I don't know, I forget how she worded it. She knows this stuff better. I can send you a screenshot of her message so you can see it. But yeah, apparently your agents like to spread the word too. And I'm sure you want to get paid for this movie, don't you, Patrick? I would like to be able to pay you for this work. I'll say that much. I'd like that. 10K is not quite gonna. Everybody's working for $50 and maybe producer credit or something. Patrick says yes, I do. Who doesn't? I'm not sure if you're saying yes, I do have an agent, or yes, I do like to get paid. I'm sure yes to both of those, mind you. But yes, I want to be able to pay my cast and crew. 10K is great, but and again, we raised I think it was around 3K US with our first campaign, so that's 13K. But realistically, we've got a 10K budget because first off, Indiegogo takes 10%, so that's about $1,500 taken right there, and give or take at least another $1,500 to make and produce all the perks. At least that. It could be more. Again, I have to look at all the numbers, but at least that. So, I mean, we're looking at, we probably got a 10K budget total right now as we look at it. And that's just, we can make it, but there would be sacrifices for sure. There would be sacrifices. And I don't like making sacrifices. I really don't. So don't make me make sacrifices. Back and share our campaign as much as you can, because we've got a few days left and we want to get this thing in demand so that we can keep raising funds. If we actually hit our goal, we can keep raising even more funds and start hitting some stretch goals, which would be ideal. It'd really be awesome to be able to hit some stretch goals, so we can even get a cameo from somebody famous in the movie, so we can have better special effects. We have an amazing special effects artist down in Austin, and I want to be able to get her to do more than what we're going to be doing with this kind of budget. With this kind of budget, it's going to be very minimal, and I think this needs a little bit of gore. I don't think it needs a lot of gore, but it needs a little bit of gore. Just a little bit. So a link to the Indiegogo is in the description. I'm sure you guys have all seen the Indiegogo many times, but I'm just saying it. Link is in the description. Help us get to that goal. I think it's totally, totally possible that we can hit that goal. I see no reason why we can't. We need the right backers. We had our first executive producer the day that the Bloody Disgusting article dropped. That was pretty cool to see. Let's get some more executive producers. I think we can get them. So, yeah. Share it with all the rich people, all the rich horror fans that are like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be an executive producer. I'll also get that screen used mask and blah blah blah, which we only got one left of those now because one of those sold that day as well. So that was a big day. Friday was like nuts, and I was at the Honda Center getting our winter tires taken off to our summer tires when all this happened. I was like so unprepared for it. I was using my 3G on my phone, and I just go on there, and I went on the Slasher app. If any of you guys have ever used the Slasher app, I was on that app, And somebody on the Slasher app that was friends with me posted the Bloody Disgusting article, and I was like, what? Where did this come from? I was pleasantly surprised, though. So, and I remember I couldn't even open that at the time. I was like, it wasn't even letting me open it. It was bad 3G area or something like that. But yeah, then I just went into my email and I start seeing these notifications pop up for Indiegogo contributions. And the first couple I open up, oh my God, executive producer, we have, it was really weird, but in a good way. I really, I'm super thankful. Super thankful, guys. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding at the same time. So I hope I can stay humble throughout this whole experience. It's still something I'm learning. As great as it is that we've raised as much as we have, we still haven't hit our big goal. Where we actually end up in demand, and our goal's not even really that high. It could be higher. I mean, I would like to even make it for more. That was kind of the base minimum for getting to Texas. It's still possible we could even get it to Texas for what we've got, but again, sacrifices would have to be made, and I'd rather not make those sacrifices if I don't have to. But I can be a pretty resourceful guy when I know the right people. Before I move on, let's just see what you guys are saying in the chat. So, I don't want to neglect you guys because this is really a good night for it to really be more about you guys. So let me go back a bit. Where was I? We're so close. I think that was the last thing I read. Now, those really are art pieces. Are we talking about Michelle's stuff there, Jimmy? Probably. Glad they shared it. Yeah, I am too. Hopefully, if you have a dinner scene, it doesn't take 27 hours to shoot. Well, we actually don't really have a dinner scene. We have something that's similar feeling, though. Similar. I wouldn't call it a dinner scene, though. Yeah, I couldn't call it a dinner scene. Maybe you'd call it a breakfast scene. I don't know. Maybe the dinner scene should have been a breakfast scene because I guess it was really early in the morning when that took place. I think. Anyways, behind the no shot takes 27 hours. No shoot. Yeah, I think you meant no shoot. Well, actually, Patrick, in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that whole dinner scene, and I think the very end of the movie, I think the whole ending, basically, from the dinner scene, it was 36 hours of shooting. And I believe, so 27 was the dinner scene itself. There was so much that went into that scene to make it work. It was a tough. If you've ever seen the documentary, A Family Portrait, they talk pretty detailed about shooting that whole scene. It was not a pleasant experience, but the long hours paid off because holy crap, is that ever so realistic. And I think that's why it's so realistic, is because they did take after take and angle after angle, and it just and the heat was just terrible, and they had no window. They had to cover all the windows to make it look like it was nighttime. It was not fun. It was bad. It was a bad experience all around for everybody. Everybody hated that. So yeah, it's true. I scared trolls away. Jimmy, you might. I don't know. Maybe Jimmy did scare the trolls away last week because it was about when you joined in that the trolls went away. I don't know. Or maybe you are the troll in disguise. I don't know. It's be nice. Pretty stoked. Crypticon coming to my area in July. Oh, cool. Won't be coming to my area. I'm in Western Canada. I have to miss out on all these things. There's so many of these cons and stuff that I really want to go to. I want to go to conventions, but There's none near me. I think there might be the Calgary one coming up, but can't even make it to that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not even sure if the Calgary one is back this year or not. Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah, cons are back. Cons are back. That they are. Bobby, you gotta get to those cons. Yeah, I gotta get to them too. I really, hopefully this stuff takes off, and then I'll do more cons. I'll actually do some cons. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Unless those sacrifices are parts in the movie, yeah, hard to say. I mean, there are ways we can get around certain things for sure. CJ Graham, Michael B. Oh, wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Ms. Carter, not sure if this is the place to say it, but Jason Knight and the Stream Demon Friends is how I found out about your film and campaign. So I think they should get a shout as well. Definitely. I've given them shout outs many times. I was on Jason's channel the other night for his 300 subscribers. I just popped in briefly. I wish I could pop in for longer, but I'm just so swamped with so many things right now. It's not just the Indiegogo campaign, just so you guys know. It's huge. The Indiegogo campaign is a big thing I'm focusing on. But there's some family stuff going on here too that it's good family stuff, but it's a lot of stuff we're dealing with. So it's just a lot of there's just a lot of stuff going on. I wish I could have stayed longer on Jason's channel. Love Jason. He's a great guy. I've been on his channel now 3 times. And the Stream Demons. I hope I can be on some of their channel. I hope I can be on House of the Living Dead. I haven't been on Chris and Destiny's show before. I'd like to do that sometime in the future for sure. And Filthy Dan and Matt Facci, love those guys. They all did trailer reactions and stuff for the Sawyer Massacre. Good Real Hunting. Shout outs to all those guys. I'm gonna miss people. Of course, James Grimm's channel. Who else? Who am I missing? I was like, I got so many people to give shout outs to. And I'm gonna miss people. Sorry. I'm sorry when I do, but I love you all. And, if I ever win an Oscar, I'm just gonna say thank you to everybody that did this, because too many to name. Just thank you, and that's it. Bye bye. At least it'll be a short speech. You know who you are. That's it. I don't know. But yeah, that's great that you found out about me through them, Miss Carter. So I'm glad you're hanging out on my channel as well. Hope it's been interesting. We may need to create new perks. We got one we're working on. We should have up tomorrow, and it'll be a pretty cool perk, by the way. It'll be a pretty cool signed, screen used item. We'll just say that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Anybody else here? A lot of you guys are really chatting tonight. My rich friends are on the movie already, or in the movie already. No, I know. No, no rich people. Come on, Jimmy. You're the man. That's all good. The dinner scene is infamous just because of how long the shoot. Yeah, I know. The animal. All the stuff on the table. They had head cheese on there. They had like a chicken carcass in the heat in the middle of the summer. Not fun. Everybody was smelling. The stuff was decaying in front of them. Yeah, it was. I can only imagine. I wasn't there. I wasn't even born yet. So. So yeah, that's right. Formaldehyde. Yeah, they tried to use formaldehyde, but it didn't work. I remember Ed Neal in that Family Portrait said, he's just like, he started making these faces kind of, and the director or somebody, whoever, AD or whatever, saying, you shouldn't make that face. See on your camera, you're wrinkling your nose. And Ed Neal said, wrinkling my nose? I'm about to project a vomit all the way to Peoria. That was hilarious. Ed Neal's a great guy. I really want to get to know him. I really do, but he's hard to get a hold of for me, anyways. Yeah, Bobby, hi. Can we get Scotty Parkins to wrestle a bear for an Indiegogo fundraiser? 6'7"? Yeah, he's about there. I 6'6" or 6'7". I can't remember. I think he's 6'6". I think he's only 6'6", but still. Maybe I'll ask him. But believe it or not, he's a real gentle guy. He's actually he's like a musical theater actor. You know, he's huge, but I don't know if he would wrestle or not. Maybe we can get him to box that Jake Paul guy as Leatherface. Who's Jake Paul? I don't know who Jake Paul is. You'll have to tell me who that is. Scotty's safe word can be Spumoni. Spumoni. Okay. What are we talking about now here, guys? LOL troll. Yeah, you guys have become the trolls tonight. That's all good. All right. But I do want to give some shout outs the most shout outs I can. I'm going to give a shout out to the team that I recruited a team a little over halfway point in our campaign, and I'm gonna read all the names of the wonderful people. A couple of them are in the chat. Bobby High and Jimmy Presley. Thank you guys for being in the chat. These guys have been hustling every day. We definitely wouldn't have hit 10K without these guys. Also going to mention Kenneth J. Casper Sr., who's part of our team. I hope I don't mispronounce anybody's names too, which I might. I just, I'm that guy. And some of these names are interesting. So Kenneth J. Casper Sr., Christy Fontenot. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It could be right. It could be right. It could be wrong. John Hoey, Susie Linsenmayer, Rob Mahoney, who I was on his podcast not too long ago, which is Father Mahoney's House of Horrors. I did post that in all our social media links. Go check that out. That was actually a lot of fun. Christopher Norris, Troy Elke, Lisa Perez, Leanne Seta, Rick Serra, Jamie Weisman, and Vanessa Wright. I think that's everybody that's been on my team over the last 20 days, I'm going to say. About 20 days that, definitely built a lot to our campaign. We definitely couldn't have been... We definitely wouldn't have got to where we are without these wonderful, wonderful people. It's just a fact. So I really, really thank you guys for being on my team. I love you guys already. I've never met you guys face to face. I mean, I've done some video chats with Jimmy. I did one with Rick. But other than that, I think that, and Rick and Jason, I did one with Rick and Jason and with Vanessa. Vanessa kind of started this whole thing. I know she's not in the chat or anything, but Vanessa started building a team for me, and I'm really happy I connected with her. And really, we couldn't have hit 10K without these wonderful people. As much as I was hustling, really busting my ass to do it myself, we really didn't pick up steam until the team joined. So, and you guys are awesome. You guys just been busting your butts, I've seen all the social media posts. I don't think we would have got that bloody disgusting article. I think it was Christopher that had the connection. I could be wrong on that. It could have been Christopher, or maybe it was Kenneth, but it was one of them. And yeah, we wouldn't have done it without them. So thank you, Jimmy and Bobby, who are in the chat. And if the others are in the chat, maybe just watching, well, thank you too. Let's see if you guys are saying in the chat here. Where was I? Bobby High. Whoa, Bobby. That's okay. I probably overused that. It's not a GIF. It's a YouTube video, but it's a very funny YouTube video. I sent you the link, Bobby. James Grimm is in the chat. Hey, James, how you doing? What's up? Hope all is well. All is very, very well, sir. Hope all is well with you. And by the way, James Grimm is also doing an Indiegogo campaign. I think this is your third now for My Special Boy. I'm probably going to be doing a third for ours as well, unless we somehow go in demand. But My Special Boy is a Friday the 13th fan film. I believe it takes place right after, not right after, but after the first Friday the 13th. It's Sackhead Jason, and it's a mix of Sackhead Jason and Hockey Mask Jason. It's really cool. Go check out his teaser if you can. My Special Boy. It's awesome. I've given him shoutouts before on the channel. Thank you for stopping by there, James. So good to have you stopping by as well. And he did an awesome trailer reaction. He did two trailers. He did our first trailer and he did our second trailer. So thanks, James. There you go. Who else we got? Susie Lopez in the chat. Hey, Susie. You need a vacation, Steve. I'm definitely going on a beta vacation after this campaign is over. It's just going to be a few days away from social media, maybe up to a week. I did that last time too. Well, after the last Indiegogo campaign, which was all me, I had to do everything myself. I was my only team, and that's why I only raised about $3,000. I guess, I don't know. And I did certain things differently as well this time around, so I had a little bit more success. Mind you, I think our new teaser's just way better too. Our first one was okay, but I think our second one just did it right. And you know what I'm noticing right now? I didn't even turn on my light today, so you guys probably can't see me too well. Not that this is that great of a light, but it adds a little something at least. It's not really meant... I need one of those ring lights. I just haven't got around to getting one yet. This is my wife's reading light, actually. It's weird. But yeah, what was I talking about again? I totally forgot. So let's just move on. What else we got in here? Yeah, I need a vacation. Okay, that's where it was. Great perk coming. Yeah, Jimmy and Bobby know of the big perk that is coming tomorrow. I've made sure it can happen. I'm always a little bit weary about some of these perks because I just never know if I can make it happen, but we can make it happen. We can make this happen. I had to talk to people a little bit. I had to talk to somebody to see if that somebody would sign it. But you'll see. You'll see. What else? Dinner scene classic. Now I need the Blu-ray of TCM. Can't believe haven't done that yet. I haven't done a Blu-ray. I'm a digital guy though now. If I can watch it online and not even download it, which I do have it downloaded somewhere. I think it might have been on my old computer. I might have to just use the USB and extract it. But anyways, I have it downloaded somewhere. But I'm a download guy. I don't like physical stuff. I've already got too much stuff. That's why, my walls are a little bit empty. I got the Return of the Jedi poster because Return of the Jedi is awesome. Fuck you, Ewok haters. That's all I can say. I love the Ewoks. Crucify me. I love them. Anyways, moving on. Thanks for the BD hookup. The Bloody Disgusting. Who was it that got us the Bloody Disgusting hookup there, Bobby? Was it Kenneth or Christopher? I think it was one of those two. I can't remember. We don't know for sure. Actually, we don't know 100% for sure whether that was it, but I'm guessing it was because my emails were not getting responded to. I sent the press release probably 5 times. Just saying. And I never even got an email back saying yay or nay. Which is all good. It's fine. At least Dread Central said, hey, I'll check out your press release. But that's about all they still never ran the story either. But I'll check it out. Damn it, Bobby. Now I love it. Just still on. Oh, damn it. This thing is going too fast on me all of a sudden. Yes, sir. Third time is the charm, bro. Thank you. Hope you go into... I hope I do, too. I'd like to avoid a third campaign. But if we don't go in demand, I'm definitely doing a third campaign. Yeah, so you're on your third campaign. Good for you, though. I mean, it's a lot. These campaigns are a lot of work. So James and I are kind of in the same... we're both kind of had our ups and downs with these campaigns. Learning as we go. You know, I'm definitely not a pro at this yet. It's cool that I hit 10K, but 10K is still not what I'm hoping to raise. It's not what I still don't think it's enough to get to Texas. I still don't. But again, I could crunch some numbers, make some deals with some people. You just never know. You just never know. It's possible. Who else we got? Lisa Perez is in the chat. Hey, yes, we gave you a shout out. She says, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. James Gray, you guys deserve it. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Scotty seems like a great guy for sure. He is. Scotty is an awesome guy. Jake Paul not missing anything. Who's Jake Paul? I don't know who that is. I don't see. Is it somebody in the chat and I'm just not seeing it? I don't know. I don't see it though. It looks like Christy Fontenot. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right there, Christy. I'll call you Christy, but yeah, we gave you a shout out as well. Finally got in. Thank you for stopping by. Christy's part of our team again. She was part of the many names I read out earlier. So happy I met all these people, although virtually. Never met most of you guys face to face, including Christy. It's just so awesome to have the support of these guys that believe in this project. It means a lot. So, Jason versus Leatherface. Director Steve. James. Me and James. James, you tell me, do you want to see a Jason versus Leatherface? Last week I gave my thoughts on that movie Gasoline, which were not very pleasant, I would say. I know a lot of people like them, but Drayton Sawyer says that Jake Paul is a jerk YouTuber. Oh, I had no idea. I had to approve that comment because you used the word jerk in there. Degree Centigrade is in the chat now. Boy, oh boy, so many guys in the chat. You guys are really chatting up a storm here. I'm hardly getting to talk about much here, but, you know, we'll talk about it. If we don't get to everything... Oh, I see Joe from Fangoria Faithful is also in the chat. Holy smokes. I don't use the word jerk, Jimmy, because I have to prove it. I don't like having to... I have to, though. Big jerk. I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to check that out now. I've never heard of this Jake Paul guy. Is his channel called Jake Paul? Yeah, you guys have to let me know. Keep doing what you're doing. Your campaign will double easily. Yeah, it's just you learn as you go, for sure. There's definitely things I learned from this campaign that I didn't learn on the first campaign, and I'm glad I'm learning them on this campaign. But there were things I did learn on the first campaign that I was able to apply to this campaign that made it better, which is why, you know, this campaign has been about almost triple what we raised on the first one. Almost triple, not quite, but almost. Yeah, almost triple. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a trial and error kind of thing. You have to do them, and you have to make connections with people. You have to be willing to talk to people and take criticisms. And those of you who don't take criticisms, you got to do it. You have to realize you can learn something from everybody, and nothing is 100% foolproof. You're not necessarily always going to agree with people, but at the same time, you'll be able to just, listen to what they say and just think about it objectively and think, okay, let me look at this for a second here. Is there a point? Is there actually a point to what this person is saying? I think that's the reason why I've gotten as far as I have. Like, I definitely feel like I still am a filmmaker and everything that has a lot to learn. And now, Jimmy, you said the word shit, so I have to approve that as well. Are you trying to make me hit that button? It's all good. It's all good. I never had that feature before. Ever since I hit 1,000 subscribers, it's one of those features I've had to add. Boy, oh boy, I'm sure I'm missing a lot of comments here. Well, the T is silent on the end. That's great. What does Joe say? Hello, Steven. Sorry I'm late, but hey, did I miss the shout-outs? Yes, you did. That's okay. But a shout-out to you again, sir, because you have you gave me something I didn't have on the first campaign. I'll say that much. You definitely gave us something on that we didn't have on the first campaign, and that's this awesome poster. And this is just one of the posters you did with an awesome logo, by the way. I love it. I absolutely love it. We've had a lot of compliments on this poster. I can't say enough about it. Joe, you rock. So hats off to Joe. Yeah, that's all I can say. You're not missing out on anything with Jake Paul. I'm sure I'm not, but it's always cool to check out. So let's check it out, see why they're so. Anyways, yeah, the word jerk is considered offensive. It's funny when the some of the trolls we had apparently didn't. I didn't have to approve some of their comments, but then you guys would say stuff like jerk, and I had to approve those. Didn't Jake Paul get banned? Oh, there maybe that's why I don't know of him. Question for you: are you interested in bringing another fan favorite to the screen besides TCM? That's a good question. I mean, I'm not planning to, but I'm always open to the possibilities. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'd have to think about that more. Have to think about it. It's in horror, probably not. I don't know if I don't. As far as franchises goes, I'm a pretty big Halloween fan, but I don't think I would want to do a Michael Myers. I just feel like the character he's been done properly enough. He's been done poorly as well, though, too. But I don't feel like there's anything I could add to a Halloween fan film. I don't feel like it. Maybe, I would think about it more, and eventually I would come up with something. Maybe if Dave McRae wasn't already doing it, maybe I would do a Black Christmas fan film. But again, I just don't feel like I could add anything to those, because even though I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre a little bit more than both of those films, I feel like so much has been missed on a lot of the sequels that I felt like there was still something that you could bring to it that hasn't been done before, that wasn't even in the original, and that was key to me. It was to bring at least something a little bit different, something new. And I think we've got it here. Again, execution is key, because I want to be subtle with my delivery. I don't want to spoon feed my audience this kind of stuff, but I think we will. What else we got in here? So many things. Physical media guy here, but the internet sucks. So forget if it was Jake Paul or his brother Logan. Both have a history of doing bad things, huh? I've never heard of these guys. So I don't know what to say. Oops. It's all good, Jimmy. Am I missing anything? Seeing TCM, the Shocking Truth documentary on Tubi, gonna have to give it a watch. Yeah, that I think I've seen that one. There's a few now, but and I really like the Family Portrait one. But the Shocking Truth, I think, pretty much says all the same stuff you want to know. Great poster, great. There you go, Joe. Everybody loves your poster. Everyone loves your poster. I love your poster, and that's just one of them. The other posters are great too, but I think that one is my personal favorite. But always thank you, man. Hats off to you, sir. Looks great on the Blu-ray. Yeah, it does look. That poster looks great on the Blu-ray. Yeah, I have to say. Everything, especially from you, hey, you're part of the team too. You're part of the team too, and it's awesome. It's awesome to have you. Yeah, Fangoria rocks. There you go. I can see you making a Black Christmas fan film, Steve, says Drayton Sawyer. I don't know. Now that Dave McRae's done it, though, I don't think so. I don't think so. I can tell you if I was going to do it, I would have done it a little differently than him for sure. But that doesn't matter. I think he's knocked it out of the park. So why even bother? I don't think I could. I don't think I could add anything to it personally. Yeah, I don't think I would. Yeah, I need to. I'm definitely after this fan film is all said and done. I want to move on to original stuff. I want to see if I can create an icon for you guys. Maybe I can. We'll see. I don't know what's possible. Anything's possible. But yeah, it's been quite a ride though. I gotta say, I this whole experience has been amazing. Because I'm just I've been making films for about 8 years. I made one feature that's never been released. I'd love to be able to release it. It's not a horror film at all. It's the complete opposite. But again, it was my second film, so it's littered with flaws. Littered with flaws everywhere. But at the same time, I'm glad I did it. It was self-funded. Me and my wife, we pretty much funded that movie, and we made it for $10K. We should have had a little more money. That's all I can say. We should have had a little more money, but we did a lot for $10K. When I look back at it, man, we did a lot of stuff for that. We stretched that money pretty far. I would say. But, I've come a long ways, and this has definitely been the best experience so far. The last film I made, which is almost, it's still in post-production, but I'm probably going to spend a few days after the campaign and finish it up. Just more or less finish it up, put the music to it, edit the sound. I'll just edit, mix and master the sound, the audio for it, and get that out there as fast as I possibly can, because I'm going to spend time away from social media. I do want people to see that film. I think we did create something pretty cool there, even though it's just a short. But there's a short we made for about $200 US. A 10-minute film we made for $200, which just goes to show you can make something good for very little money. But then it just depends on what you have to work with, what the script calls for, and every film is different. Every film is going to cost a different amount, depending on your resources, depending on what's in the script, and that's something I've definitely learned over time. And I hate it. One person I connected with about, I don't know, a little over a week ago, I think, told me I'm not going to hit my goal simply because I didn't ask enough. Because people don't want to see a film made for 15, 16, 17K, whatever that equates to. And my response is, well, all films are different. He basically insisted that I need more money to make the film. And I said, well, it would be nice, but you don't know what my resources are. You don't know how much money I have already. It's like if you don't know this stuff, if you haven't read the script, if you haven't read the shot list or anything, if you don't, you can't make those assumptions. Now, I'm not saying he's necessarily wrong, because I think I would personally like to have about 50K to make our film. But I know I can do it with, a low amount of money, just because I have some resources, I have some connections. But, you can't make those assumptions based on, all films should cost around the same amount. You should be asking 50K for everything. Not necessarily. It depends on what the script calls for. It depends on the resources. The amount of locations you have to shoot at. That so much can depend on how many locations you have to shoot at. So, I don't like hearing that. I just, that person, I was like, okay, You have your opinion, I have mine. I'm not. I got his opinion, and he does have a point. But you just can't say that you should be asking this amount when you don't know. When you don't know, I mean, a big mistake I made was the first campaign where I had a goal of like 350K, which was way too much. It was more than I should have had as a goal. But when I was adding up all the expenses that I could have, what I would like to pay my actors and what I would like the kind of gear I would like to have, even though I have free gear at my disposal. Well, what if we got to shoot on the Airy? What if we got to shoot on a Red or something like that? I was thinking like that. And so that's where that kind of a goal came from, and having some stars and some bigger name actors. If I was thinking along those lines with that goal, which was the wrong way to look about it. You don't necessarily need all those things, especially for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. You don't need a lot. So, anyways, that's all I have to say about that. But I mean, our trailer was shot with 4 different cameras. 4 different cameras were used on that new teaser, and the response to the teaser is great. And not one of them is like the level of a Red, or not even close. I think the biggest budget one is maybe the Black Magic something or other. With 4K camera, whatever. We have, and there's a Sony that Sony A3, I think, something like that. I'm not a camera guy, really. Not really, anyways. So those are both 4K, and the other two were just HD cameras, Canon HD cameras, and nobody seems to complain about the different camera looks and blah blah blah. It is what it is. You don't need 4K. Obviously, since 2 of them were 4K and the other 2 were 1080p, we converted all the footage to 1080p because you can only convert down rather than up. But yeah, that's what we did. But yeah, we had 4 different cameras. I look at that now and I'm like, whoa. The color guy the guy who did the coloring had a bit of work there. I'm not sure if it totally matches up, but it's close enough. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying here. See what you guys are saying in the chat. Is Scotty a TCM fan too? Did he watch the movies to prepare for playing for the role of Leatherface? I don't know for sure. I know he's a fan of the original. I know he is. He's kind of like me. He's big. He really, really likes what Gunnar did in the original. And it's just, whether he likes the other films. I know he said he likes comedic elements, so he might like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like where Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 just doesn't work for me is I don't find it very funny. I just don't. It's just kind of weird to me, but the comedy just doesn't land for me. So, yeah. But they tried to make the first one a comedy, and it doesn't land for me. Comedy in the first one doesn't really land for me either. But I don't feel like it feels like comedy. It feels like just natural dialogue that maybe could be comedic to some people. I don't know. Anyways, Jimmy James Presley, the art is great. Need a book designer, guys. Okay, not my show. Oh, you're a book designer. Well, maybe. Thus, Steve needs our script. Bobby, what? I don't. Oh, I think you're talking with Bobby. Okay, I don't know. You guys are funny. Steve, when you filming the official trailer? Well, we'll be filming it when we film the movie, the official one, because it will be official footage from our film. Now, is it possible that any of the footage from our current teasers could make it in? Very slight. Maybe you'd see 1 or 2 shots. So these ones can't be called official trailers because, they're not going to really, they have to be 100% what's in the movie, and they're not. So you can expect to see an official trailer We'll be filming the official trailer, hopefully in September. Again, things might get pushed. I don't know if it's going to be because of COVID or if it's going to be because we need more money, but I think at this point, looking at how close we have come to our goal, it's more likely that COVID would be more of a factor than the money. I think, anyways. Again, we still haven't really fully raised the money though either, but again, we have a bit of time on our side. So if the shoot gets pushed beyond September, it's probably because COVID is not great. Probably. Yeah. Hopefully we don't have to. I really don't want to have to push it beyond September, but, at the same time, we can't rush perfection, guys. Can't do it. Anyways, who's next here? Doomsday Kingdom Army. It's not about it's not about what can make it. It's about the opportunities it can lead to. Yes, you're right. Again, yes. I mean, I definitely understand that because I can't make a dime off of this movie. I can't make a single dime, and I'm really doing it because I've had this idea brewing for such a long time, and I feel like it's finally ready to get out. I'm finally ready to get it out there. I'm finally seasoned enough and learned enough about writing, and even that, even the writing process of the script. I had my old script from 8 years ago, still on my computer, and enough people inquired about that script that I was like, okay, let's send it out and see what people think. But even I knew it wasn't where it needed to be. But I got feedback from people in the industry saying there's potential here, but a lot has to change. And of course it did. Because I knew myself that it wasn't quite where it needed to be. There was stuff missing that I knew it needed to have. And thankfully we got it there. I definitely know that because I reached out to different people in the industry that have screenwriting experience, that we were able to get the script where it needed to be, where I knew it was ready. And that's the thing. I knew I was going to know when it was ready. Thank God it did. It's just a long process. It's more of a passion project than anything else. But if we can nail this project, the opportunities, like John said, that's what it's about, is getting those opportunities too. And just making a kick-ass Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. I feel like I've gone back a bit behind. The Fiends. For me, low-budget films are more beautiful than fully funded studio films because you can see the work that went into every aspect of that movie, and there's true love and dedication to the film. Very true, John. Very, very true, John. We got two Johns in here, so how should I separate the two of you guys? Didn't think about that until now. But yes, you are very. I like that. I like that. And a great example was El Mariachi. Robert Rodriguez filmed that on a budget of $7,000. Amazing. And you can just see the artistry that went into that, the heart and soul that went into that. These big blockbuster movies that are made for, 150, 200 million, 300 million. They feel like they got no soul to them. I hate to say it, man, but I have a hard time watching a lot of these big, dare I say it, Marvel movies and DC movies. I have a hard time watching them because I just feel like they're soulless. I need something with a soul into it. And it doesn't matter whether it's made on the highest end camera or a cheaper camera, like we're using. Medium, I would call what we've been using medium sort of basic cameras, nothing too low quality. We're not shooting on iPhones or anything. And by the way, there was some troll on the Bloody Disgusting website saying that we shot it on an iPhone or on a toaster and an iPhone or something. I don't know. I'm like, okay, those are expected. I always expected that from being featured on Bloody Disgusting. Like, come on, guys, come on now. But okay. Going a little far with it. We didn't shoot it on the Airy or the Red or anything like that, but come on. Where was I going with that? I was going somewhere. I rambled too much and I got off track. But the point is, you can make great stuff. Doesn't matter how expensive the equipment is. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Can't wait to see your last film. See, I can't wait to see. I mean, I've seen a cut of it. I know the cut is right, and I think he did all the coloring on it as well. I think I'm not a coloring expert. I hate to say I'm not good with color correction and all that stuff. Not my forte. I wear a few hats, but that's not one of them. I don't do coloring. I've tried, and every time I've tried, I've been said, "Oh, you don't know what the hell you're doing." So I'm like, I guess I don't. That's okay. I'm not colorblind or anything. It's just, I for whatever reason, that kind of goes over my head. Color correction and color grading. It goes over my head. Anyways, that's BS. A film for $15K can look like you had it for $100K. Or a film made for $100K could look like you made it could look the same as a movie made for $100 million. Like, honestly, guys, a lot of those movies with those big budgets, I totally think that there's Hollywood execs like skimming off the top, to a point at least. Anyways, I mean, were those movies really made for $200 million when they're shot pretty much entirely in front of a green screen? And I don't know. 95% of these new movies are soulless. Yeah. I don't know the exact numbers. It could be 95%. It could be 96%. Did you think of that? Or it could be just 92%. I don't know. Somewhere in that area. New Mortal Kombat was trash. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I don't know. I want to see a good Mortal Kombat movie. I want to see a really good video game movie. I feel like the first Mortal Kombat is the only one I've really liked. I want to see it. Hopefully the new Resident Evil movie will be good. Again, if it follows the original game, just make it, not exactly, but take it back to that Spencer Mansion. Jill Valentine needs to be your protagonist. Do that. That's all I'm asking for. Jill Valentine, protagonist, Spencer Mansion. And then have at her. Do whatever, take whatever liberties you want. But I need that. Anyways. I'd also like to see a video game adaptation to my favorite video game, which is, of course, going way, way back to the 80s, of Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap. Of course, you'd probably have to make Wonder Boy 1 and Wonder Boy 2 first to get to Wonder Boy 3. But still, only old people in the chat know what I'm talking about. Steve, I'm not being funny, or am I? Well, I don't know. You can be funny sometimes. Even sometimes I can be funny, although sometimes I'm kind of a joke, but that's okay. Definitely indie rules. Yes, I agree. Do you got any Texas Chainsaw Massacre autographs? Actually, I don't. I'm hoping to have one soon, though. Ooh, maybe that's a hint of something. But again, I won't end up having it. In the end, I won't. But I could probably get it, though. I might still get an autograph from the original. New perk coming tomorrow, guys. New perk is going to be coming tomorrow. And while we're at it, I'm just going to kind of go over the perks that are still available on the campaign here, guys. What about Uncharted? I don't know what Uncharted is. I'm guessing it's a video game. Christian, I'm old. So when I mentioned my 80s video game, that's why. Mind you, Resident Evil is a little bit newer. I think that came out in the late 90s. Mid to late 90s somewhere. That's about the newest video game that I've ever played. I'm not kidding. I am old school when it comes to video games, guys. I am old school. Did I ever play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game on a Atari? No, I did not. Ah, John's an old school, but he's never heard of Wonder Boy. That's probably because you're more of a Nintendo guy, and I was a Sega guy. I owned the original. I still have the original Sega Master System. Wonder Boy 3 is freaking awesome. Actually, Wonder Boy 3's been updated. It was updated like a few years back. Just called Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. Now there's no Wonder Boy 3, but it's just, I believe it's just called Wonder Boy 3 or Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. I think you can, not sure what system it's. I've seen it though, and they just updated the graphics, but it's the exact same gameplay, which is awesome because the gameplay of that is just so awesome. I love it. Just better graphics, so just not 8-bit graphics like it was back then. Awesome game though, just awesome game. I love it. I could play that game all the time. Yeah. Jimmy James Presley, I was born in 80, Nintendo guy here, then PlayStation. I was born in 82, but I was a Sega guy. I went against the grain. Nintendo was the NES was much more popular than the Sega Master System. But we went against it. Me and my brothers, we were like, we want the Sega, and we played the Sega. Not that Nintendo didn't have some good games. All of our friends had Nintendos, so we got to play those too. But in the end, for me, the Sega Master System was better. For me, it was. But you got to play those games. You have to play those games to know. The Wonder Boy games, the Alex Kidd in Miracle World game, Shinobi. What else was great? I think the first Double Dragon was actually the Sega version, not the Nintendo version. Is both. Some of the games were for both systems, and Double Dragon was one of them. But again, I prefer the Sega one over the Nintendo one. Just a preference thing, though. Played both versions. But, Nintendo had the Super Mario games. It had Castlevania. I loved Castlevania. And it had the Legend of Zelda. So, I mean, both systems had great games. But I just prefer the Sega. Yeah, that's just me. What else are we saying here? Oh, yeah, I was going to show you guys the perks. I know you guys are chatting here, but we still have some cool perks available. Most of the collector's items have gone, other than the screen-used Leatherface mask. We have one screen-used Leatherface mask left, so go check that out. But some of the new ones that we've added, I think I mentioned most of these last week. You have the opportunity to meet our Leatherface and do a one-on-one Zoom call or Skype call, whichever you prefer, with our Leatherface actor and just chat movies and stuff with him, whatever you want with him. Ask him any questions and have a good hour-long conversation with him. He's a great guy, and good to talk to him. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. So we call it Meet Leatherface. You get to meet him. Video bundle, so we added that for the collectors that like to have it on all of them. Photo cameo. I love that picture of me from over 10 years ago, I think now, before I got in the film industry. I don't know why I've kept this one over all these years, but I love it for some reason. Hey, looks like Rob Mahoney is in the chat here. 6 hours before surgery time. Oh, that's right. You're going to get another eye surgery, aren't you? There you go. And Degree Centigrade says Sega is awesome and underrated video game. Yeah, the old Sega Master System is awesome. So, Chainsaw Serenade. Yeah, let's forget about that one. Nobody's got it yet, and thank God. Extra features. I'll do it though if you guys make me do it. The extra features one. I don't know if this one confuses some people, and maybe it does. I'm not sure. Feel free to ask me any questions about this one though, because with this one you get to make a video of yourself asking a question for anyone in our cast or myself. And it'll be on the extra features of the DVD and Blu-ray. So your question you will actually end up being featured yourself in the extra features of the DVD or Blu-ray. And whoever you're asking the question to will be answered by that person via video as well. We sold our first executive producer on Friday when the Bloody Disgusting article dropped That was the first thing I opened up my email to and saw, hey, we have our first executive producer. We still have 9 of these left. Those 9 can definitely fund the film. So if any of you guys know people that have money that want to be an executive producer, this comes with the IMDb credit as well as having your name as executive producer at the beginning of our film. So it's not just IMDb, just so you know, your name is going to be featured at the beginning of our film as an executive producer. Very, very happy that we have one at least. Like to have more. Again, these can really help fund the film. So pretty awesome stuff. And then we've recently added these thank you videos to the campaign as well. So they're just little thank yous from members of the cast. You get to choose whoever you want to give you a thank you video, shout out sort of thing. Just a little tiny little shout out, basically. They're not too expensive. I think these are about $30, I think, somewhere around there. I have to double check. But yeah, just a nice little thank you that you get, personalized thank you from whoever you want from the cast. You get to choose. So that's pretty cool. And again, tomorrow we're adding a brand new one. Brand spanking new perk tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. And I won't tell you guys. I'll give you a hint, though. It's a screen used and signed perk. So it won't be cheap. But I think it will go. I think this will go before the campaign ends on Friday. It might not, but I think it will. I'm pretty sure it will because this is going to be really cool. Really cool. And I have one more person to talk to about this perk as well. And I think it'll make it even that much cooler. I think. It'll be pretty sweet. It'll be definitely a huge collector's item, and it'll be well worth the price that you'd be paying for it. So be ready for that. If you are wanting a collector's item right now on the campaign, the only real collector's only screen used collector's item is the what happened here? Did my audio go? Hello. Oh no, it's there. Okay, it disappeared on me all of a sudden. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Right now on the campaign, we only have the screen used Leatherface mask. Only one of those available. Yeah, so that's all we got now, but we're adding something new tomorrow. Pretty sure it'll probably go before the campaign ends. I'd be surprised if it didn't. I'd be shocked if it didn't, in fact. But we'll see. You never know. Okay. Now let's take some questions from you guys before we call it a night. It is getting pretty late. It's 9:17. Is there any new horror news or anything happening, guys? I haven't heard anything. There's nothing new with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Still no release date. Still no sign of a trailer. Interesting. We'll see. Do any of you guys have any questions in here at all? Can you even... Oh, I think he said can. He said van, but can. Can you even click the link I'm sharing for the campaign? Are you sharing a link for the campaign there, Jimmy? The link for the campaign is in the description, though. You guys can just go into the description, and the campaign link is there. If anybody's asking, I have to go back a bit. Thanks again for joining in, Rob. Good luck on your surgery tomorrow, man. Good luck on that. Silent Hill. I haven't played Silent Hill. Again, these too new for me. But yeah, Zelda was one I loved for Nintendo. There were a few Nintendo games I really liked. Zelda was one of them. Castlevania, the original Super Mario, and there's another one lesser known called, I think it was called Wizards and Warriors. I don't know. I just like that game. A lot of people probably don't know of that one, though. Maybe not. Serenade us, Steve. You got to buy the perk to get me to serenade you. Somebody was saying, do my way in a live chat I did earlier today. I can't remember if it was Instagram or Facebook. I think it was Instagram when I was talking about that Perkin. It was like, do My Way, Frank Sinatra, written by Paul Anka. I actually prefer Paul Anka's version over Frank Sinatra's, but I'm probably biased because Paul Anka's Canadian, and so am I. I also really like Paul Anka's version of Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Very cool jazzy kind of version of that song. I really like it. Anyways, no news. Yeah, I know there's no news. I'm looking forward to Scream 5, actually. I've never been a huge Scream guy. I liked the first one, but didn't really get into the second one. I just kind of felt like it was getting more of the same. The 90s had this kind of vibe for... The mid to late 90s had this vibe for horror movies that I kind of got bored with after a while. But I do dig the first one, so... I don't know. I'm so out of the loop with the Scream movies because I didn't really... Did I even see Scream 3? I can't even remember. I might have. I don't think so, though. I don't know. I definitely seen the first two. But I remember I didn't really care much for the second one, so it was like, okay, I don't really want to watch any more of these. Anyways, moving on. A possible new Final Destination. Oh, okay. Both Christian and James mentioned that one. Are you making an appearance in the film? Am I making an appearance in the film? Probably not. I'm not going to rule out the possibility at all, 100%, but probably not. I'm not that kind of guy. I did act in one of my films once, and it's tough for me. It's very, very tough for me to direct and act at the same time. Plus, I'll be honest, I think the cast we have is so phenomenal that I just don't want to take away from them. I really don't. So I don't think I'll be making an appearance, Rob. I really don't. It's okay. It's in the description. Yeah, we're talking about the link. Loved. Oh, you played Wizards and Warriors as well. Steve needs a cameo. I don't think I need a cameo. You guys see enough of me on this show. You do. You really do. You see enough of me on this show. You saw it in the TMC IMDb movie is done editing, so I don't... Well, this is Marco Reaction. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Marco. It's been a while, I think, since we've had you in the chat. Yeah, done editing, so I don't know. It's taking so long for a trailer. Again, I don't think they know when they want to release it. That's my opinion. I don't know if it's going to be released this year. Again, this whole COVID thing has messed up a lot of things. So hopefully that's actually the reason why they have not released any of this info yet, is because they just don't know. They don't want to make a promise when COVID... They want to release it in theaters. They want theaters to be open for you to go see it. Otherwise, it'll be on streaming service and it probably won't make its money back. Probably not. And I hope so, though. Sorry, I missed one from Drayton Sawyer, too. You've done more promotion on this new TCM movie than the makers. You're probably right. It's been something to talk about, although the talk has been more minimal. Has been a little bit more minimal than I would like. But there's other horror news we can talk about too. But I try to show my support. I want it to be good. I really do want the new one to be good. I hope it's going to be good. There's no reason to think it can't be good. I mean, there's things I'm hearing that I don't like, and that's, Old Man Leatherface taking place in modern times, that kind of thing. It's just, I don't know if it's going to work, but it might. I mean, at least we know they're doing practical effects, all that. I don't know. It could be good. But again, really hope Sally's not going to be like Laurie Strode was in Halloween 2018. Don't think it works for that character. Not to me, it doesn't. Steve does not need a cameo. Jimmy, nope. This damn thing keeps jumping on me. John from Behind the Fiend says, "What initially gave you the idea for this film?" Well, that's good. I've been asked that a few times, but you've never heard me, so I'll answer it, John. And that was when the remake came out in 2003, and I saw it in theaters with a buddy of mine, and was super excited for it. Just so you know, I was really, really excited for it. At that time, I didn't have the internet or anything. I know it existed, but I didn't have it. And I only had a teaser, a TV spot, basically a 30-second TV spot to go off of as far as knowing whether this film was going to be good. The TV spot had John Larroquette's narration in it, though. And to me, I thought, whoa, this looks awesome. Looks like it's going to be even better than the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what I was 23, and I talked like that back then. But yeah, that was my thoughts. I went in and saw it, and the beginning of the film was so amazing. I was just building up this. I was just thinking of how I just kept thinking this is going to be even more disturbing than the original was. I was ready for something really scary, and once I met the characters, I wasn't feeling it anymore. It wasn't very scary anymore. I was having a hard time believing that it was the 1970s, even though I wasn't around in the 1970s. But when you see the original, you see the 1970s, and you see firsthand what these people are like. And I didn't get any of that from the characters from the remake, and I think that really was the biggest thing that ruined it for me. And I was trying to make a disturbing connection. I think it's okay that they took out the cannibalism aspect of the remake, but there was nothing to really replace that disturbing fact. Like, to me, the cannibalism aspect of the original makes it that much more disturbing. Grandpa sucking her finger, and Sally looking at the meat that's in the barbecue, and what's that? Is that human meat cooking? Your imagination starts to take over, and that made it that much more disturbing. I just felt like it didn't have that. The remake just didn't have any of that. So after watching that movie, it was like my brain started thinking of what I would have done, what I would want to see in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And here I am, nearly 20 years later, about to embark on where those ideas sparked, which eventually turned into like some notes on a pad, which eventually turned into a written script in a duotang or something like that, and eventually turned into a script that I put on a computer, written in like Word document, and and eventually turned into something more professional like, and it's just something that's taken years to really get to where it is now. And but that's where it came from. I mean, it's kind of a long answer, sorry, but it wouldn't have come if I wasn't disappointed from the remake. And I'm not saying the remake is a bad film. It's actually one of the best films in the franchise, one of the better ones for sure. But there's elements of that movie that I really love, and then elements of it that just really bring it down, and I keep saying to myself, geez, I wish they would have done something. I wish they wouldn't have done that, and I wish they would have done this instead. I did a whole video on that film, actually. You can go back, like Merlo's Movie Massacre number 15 or something, so you can really get my full thoughts on that movie from that video. But, there's some brief thoughts on that anyways. Where are we? What's going on here? Anyways, Wind Beneath My Wings, Chainsaw Massacre. Oh boy, Jimmy, what are you trying to do to me? Sid Vicious did my way. Yes, that's right. Sid Vicious also did a cover of that. Cash Cow. Yeah, I know. Anything else I can really get into? Steve, watch Night Stalker on Netflix. Maybe. We'll see. I'm so busy these days, I don't have time to watch anything. 2003 and the beginning that followed. I love them, but it's not the 74 film by miles. Yeah, I can hear it. Both of them, both of those films have things I like and dislike about them. But again, it would take too much to talk about it. Any other questions here? James, I was born in February of 80. You and I are very close in age here, Jimmy. I'm born June of '80, so I'm turning 41 in June. We're pretty close in age. It's cool. We would have went to kindergarten the same year. 1974, one of the best. Is not. The 1974 one is not that good. The characters sucked. The final girl was boring. Really? I loved him. Okay, we'll differ on that, but Final Girl was boring. Man, I thought that Sally had some major lungs on her. Very realistic. Sure, maybe she wasn't the most typical final girl. I think that stereotype kind of came after, and I appreciate that the original had a different kind of final girl who wasn't really the protagonist through most of the movie. Franklin was really the more the protagonist until he gets killed. I remember people at the theater when he used the sledgehammer. I thought it was more the hook scene though. That's what John Dugan actually said, that when Terry McMinn gets hung on the meat hook, that a lot of people left the theater when he saw the premiere, at least anyways. Anything else? I'll watch the 15 then to see your thoughts. Oh, can't remember exactly which video that was, Jimmy, but it was somewhere around there, episode 15 or something like that of Merlo's Movie Massacre, when I talked about the remake. You'll get to hear all my thoughts, and you won't necessarily agree with everything I say. I don't think you necessarily should. People got to make up their own thoughts, but and it's, even when I first saw the remake, there was a lot of things I didn't quite fully realizing why I wasn't liking them, and then you get a little bit more analytical as you get older, and like, okay, this is why I kind of don't feel this, and this is why I don't feel this, and just it's things take time to sink in sometimes, and yeah. Not far at 34. Next year you're going to be 34, eh? There, Jared. Good stuff. Or Drayton Sawyer. Sorry, everybody knows you're Jared now. Anyways, guys, I don't think there's any more questions that I can see, but I do encourage you guys to keep sharing the campaign, or back it if you haven't yet. Back it again if you have. Some people, there's a few people that have backed it multiple times. So you can if you want. Just saying. There's cool stuff that you can get, and I want you guys to have them. And I want to raise the bar on this campaign as much as we can. But at the end of the day, I super appreciate all of you guys for your support. I think pretty much everybody in this chat has backed the campaign. I think so. But if you haven't, again, link is in the description. Get us to where we need to be. I would like to see this campaign go in demand. We still have a few days left. I think we're 63 or 64% funded at this point. I can't remember, somewhere in there. I think we can still do it. Lots of executive producer perks available. So tell all your rich friends, hey, it's under $1,000. It's exactly $1,000 Canadian, but it's like $850 American, somewhere in there. I don't know. So yeah, you can do it. I don't know where that came from, but no, seriously, guys, I really, really appreciate it. I don't know if I'll do a show next week because I'm going to be on a bit of a hiatus after the campaign. I might do one late next week. We'll see. And we'll talk about something completely Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not so related. Well, not so much. Just to kind of get away from all this stuff for a little bit. We'll take it away from Texas Chainsaw Massacre unless we have like new news with the new film. And it has to be good news. It can't be just, so-and-so actor is playing Sally's little cousin, Boo Boo. Because I don't care about that. If that's the news, no, we're not talking about it. Hey, Filthy Dan joined the discussion at the last possible second. Thank you, Dan, for saying hi. How are you doing, man? Good to see you, even though we're shutting her down now. We've been on for over an hour and a half now. So it's, whenever I do these kind of more or less Q&A chat with you guys type of things, we get into it a little bit. we've had ones in the past, so where my channel hadn't quite grown to where it is now, though. So I mean, we did ones that ended after like 45 minutes, and that's cool too. But hour and a half tonight, I'm pretty cool with that. So thank you guys all for joining in. Please, once again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Really, really appreciate the support. The channel has grown. I can't believe how much this channel has grown. No trolls tonight. I miss them already. I miss them already. I almost want the trolls back now. But you know what? They weren't very interesting, though. I gotta say this. Again, I think it was just one troll. I think. And I think YouTube just blocked that person. All of his accounts. It was multiple names, and some. I think his YouTube names were more interesting than the comments he actually had to share. Just saying, But yeah, thank you guys. Really, really appreciate it. Again, help us get this campaign in demand. And if not, we'll do another campaign. I got one more in May if I have to. But I'll have a little break. And if we do another campaign, it'll probably be like a month after this one. So it won't be like a big long wait like this one, like the last one to this one. I really wanted to build into this one a little bit more, especially the timing was not good to do another campaign with Christmas and everything happened. There's so much going on that it wouldn't have made sense to do another campaign then. But if we can possibly get this campaign in demand, I would absolutely love it. So tell all your rich friends that want to be executive producers on a horror film, hey, this is the one to do. I mean, honestly, how often do you guys do people get to be executive producers on, say, a Halloween fan film or even a Friday the 13th fan film? I know we had James in here earlier, but man, there's a ton of those ones being made. How many Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films do you get the opportunity to be an executive producer on? Just saying. And for under $1,000, that's actually pretty sweet to have your name in the front of the film and IMDb credit. Pretty awesome stuff. So, yeah, tell all your rich friends. Tell all your rich friends. This might be the last chance you get. Might be. We'll see. Thank you guys again for tuning in. It was awesome chatting with you guys. You guys have been awesome. I hope I didn't miss a question there. John from Behind the Fiend says, TCM 74 was gritty, dirty, violent, all that stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Marilyn Burns' emotion at the end of the film, it was genuine. A lot of people don't realize just how much of this movie took out of everyone involved. Oh, that guy said it right there. If we can get any of that kind of stuff going with our film, we're in good shape, because you know what? It's inspiring. That is inspiring. But, times have changed, so too. We have to be safe. I hate to say it, but we do. I don't hate to say it, but we do have to be safe. So it will never be the same. But, again, you can't create the same lightning in a bottle. You can create different lightning in a bottle, and that's what we hope to do with this film. Our lightning will be different than the 74 lightning, but hopefully you see some similarities too. Anyways, take care, everyone. Yes, Bobby High says take care, everyone. At the same time, I said it. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you. I love you all. And it could be 2 weeks till you see me again. I'll probably look different then as well. Just saying. You might not recognize me. You guys have yourself an awesome night, and we'll see you down the road. Take it easy, guys.